Starting to see some of that development occur around the area. While most of us, in fact, are dry right now, you start to look at that radar loop over the last hour. A few spotty scattered showers exiting Franklin into northern Johnson County, some of those exiting Madison County there as well. We'll take a closer look at these. Nothing severe, no lightning even associated with them, so they're just that. They're just showers, but they very well could start to grow into some stronger thunderstorms. Kind of starting to see a little bit of that southwest of Heavener near Tallahena. This is going to be in southern LaFleur County. That little thunder shower starting to pulse up. We'll have to watch for that potential for a few additional thunderstorms into the overnight hours. But initially, best odds are going to be in the Ouachitas, well to the south of Interstate 40. That's where we've got a lot more storm fuel. We kind of knew that last night, this morning's round of storms would have major implications on the setup for today. How much of that storm fuel did those early storms take up? Is there any left? Where is it at? Those types of questions. And right now, what we know is the better odds for storms because of that excess storm fuel to the south is going to be south of Interstate 40. Not to say we might not get a strong storm in northwest Arkansas, but certainly the better odds the further south you go. You can see, though, coverage is going to be likely a lot less than it was last night. It was widespread out there, right? A lot of folks getting rain all at the same time. That's not likely to be the case into the overnight hours. This is probably going to be a bit more scattered in nature. This is 2 o'clock in the morning. You got those storms developing along that I-40 corridor between Webbers Falls and Clarksville. Those with time are slowly going to begin drifting off towards the south. Still very well could be strong, potentially even still severe. When you wake up tomorrow morning early, we get closer to sunrise. Perhaps a couple of scattered thunderstorms still out there, but a lot of that's going to be pushing off towards the south. Most of us are, in fact, going to be dry throughout the course of the day. We'll hold on to a slight 20% chance of a couple of spotty showers in the River Valley first part of the morning, but as you see here by noon, we're going to be not only dry, but we should actually end up being somewhat sunny. Let's start with the big picture. Severe weather risk zone level 2 out of 5 for the folks here in yellow, which is a lot of us, right? Level 1 for the folks in green, which, of course, where that tornado happened last night in Highfield, you don't want any more severe weather. Your odds tonight, not zero, but relatively low. When you drill down into the specifics, you notice the tornado risk, it's still in that low category. It's not zero, though. As much as I wish it was, it's not. We'll have to watch for a little bit of a brief spin-up potential there. Hail and wind are going to be the more likely hazards. Hail would be a little bit higher tonight than it was last night just because of the excess and storm fuel that we do have out there, but certainly some wind potential could exist. We've got what's called northwest flow, a ridge of high pressure off towards the southwest that gives us these storm systems that take advantage of that railroad track, if you will, or that storm track. We often say northwest flow, weatherman's woe, because it's just the worst type of pattern to predict. It's highly volatile, and that's been the case the last several days, right? That's all about to change as that high pressure builds a little bit further towards the north. You'll notice that high inching closer and closer, and that's going to shift the jet stream or that storm track well up to the north. Severe weather season for this part of the country just now getting underway as that high pushes it up towards the north. What that means for us here locally, drier weather and warmer temperatures. In the summer, we complain about this thing being called a heat dome. It's really the same thing, just a big old ridge of high pressure. Tomorrow, upper 80s, you got some low 90s out there. It certainly gets warmer over the next several days. All of us are going to be in the 90s, low 90s in northwest Arkansas. River Valley temperatures in the low to mid 90s with heat index values beginning Friday, continuing through the weekend, likely in the triple digits. As that high digs in, not only do the temperatures go up, rain chances come down for the most part. I do think by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, what you're going to notice, some slight 20% chance pop-ups. You know, those typical popcorn variety pop-ups that happen in the summer months that bubble up in the middle of the afternoon, but once the sun starts to set, they fizzle out. Not many folks see rain, but could produce some heavy downpours from time to time. That's kind of the setup that we're looking at the first few days of next week. There's that 20% chance of rain tomorrow in the River Valley, primarily the first couple of hours of the morning, and then we're going to see those clouds break, sun's going to shine, and boy, it's going to feel warm and it's going to feel muggy, and it doesn't get any better on Friday, the first official day of summer. Weekend still on track to be pretty nice out there, albeit warm. River Valley lows overnight only dropping into the mid to upper 70s, so we're kind of entering into that time of the year where our air conditioners, they don't really get a break. They run all night long, and those electric bills start to go up a little bit.
Just for a couple of months.
A couple, if we're lucky. Three
months.
yeah.
That's right.